Okay, welcome back to my video study guide for 308 in Houston Community College. And I'm going through the book and going over some basics before we get to the final exam. Now I'm going through I went through chapter 9 and we got the basic ground rules for how we carry out operations and different properties that happen and things that we need to know to be able to carry out solving and things for our variables. So now that we're here, we're going to start solving equations. Now, I'm going to say that you can either solve, you can solve equations or solve inequalities. And the basic important thing, I just look at this equal sign, or later on you'll have it either like this or this or this. It can be carried out anyway for your inequalities. But basically, you have this equal sign, and it is very important to recognize that the equal sign means that whatever is on this side has got to be equal to this side. It's basically your teeter-totter. So whatever happens over here, it has to be true. Whatever happens over here, it has to be true. So these things here represent a very high importance to us of what needs to happen on both sides to make sure that this remains true, meaning it's not false. So you can't have 2 is equal to 0. So once we plug in or solve for our variable that's there, if we go back in and plug a number in and it isn't equal on both sides, then we didn't do it right. So we know that if we do something on one side, we have to do it on the other to keep the equal sign there. So if you have 2 kids sitting on a teeter-totter, if you're going to subtract 2 over here, then you got to subtract 2 over here to keep it even. Otherwise, you're going to flip somebody off. So if you have, if you're going to divide by 2 over here, or divide by -2 over here, you're going to have to go over here and carry out the same operation, because basically we're just moving things around on either side of this sign to keep it true. So we're trying to get it to one side. So if we have an x, we want to get it to one side to give us a true value for what the x is by solving our equations or inequalities. So remember, if you're going to do one principle on one side, you've got to do it on the other to keep it even all the way down the line. So whether you're dividing, you're multiplying, you're adding, or you're subtracting, if you do it on one side, you do it on the other. And our basic idea is that we're combining like terms together and, shifting and moving them around to get the value of this x here. And remember, if it's, again, I tell you 3 times, if it's equal on this side, it's got to be equal on that side. So carry it over.